Hello everyone, and welcome to LoL Learners. In this episode, we will continue the basic overview of League of Legends, covering some of the remaining core topics. All units in the game, including minions, champions, neutral monsters, and towers, have a colored bar directly above them. This bar represents that particular unit's health points. When the unit takes damage from combat, the damage will be reflected in the health bar. Once a unit's health reaches 0, that particular unit dies. When a champion dies, they are temporarily removed from the game. After a short amount of time, they will return to the game in their base. While one team is missing a player, the opposing team can use their player advantage to complete objectives around the battlefield. During the game, each team can only see the area immediately surrounding an allied unit or structure. As the unit moves, more of the area around them will be revealed, and the area that they leave will fade away into darkness. This darkness is known as the Fog of War. Through practice, players can gain an understanding of what areas are hidden from their enemies by the Fog of War, and use this information to set up ambushes, commonly referred to as ganks. On certain areas of the battlefield, tall grass, known as brush, further restricts unit vision. All areas concealed by brush will be hidden in the Fog of War until a unit stands directly in the brush. Because of this vision restriction, champions that are standing within the brush have a significant strategic advantage over champions in the open field. Players can purchase items known as sight wards to increase their vision around the map. When placed, a sight ward will reveal the surrounding area for the next 3 minutes, allowing players to see the movements of their enemies from afar. Sight wards become invisible after being placed, meaning that players from the opposing team will not know that they have been seen by a ward unless they have the ability to see invisible units, which will be covered in a separate tutorial. In addition to defensive towers and the Nexus, each team's base has a third type of structure called inhibitors. Each lane has its own corresponding inhibitor for both teams. Once the inhibitor in a lane is destroyed, each wave of minions in that lane will be accompanied by a super minion for the aggressing team. These super minions deal much larger amounts of damage and are much harder to kill than normal minions. If left unchecked, the super minions will easily push into a team's base and destroy the Nexus. If a team with a destroyed inhibitor can manage to survive for the following 5 minutes, the inhibitor will respawn, stopping the enemy team from generating super minions. In the earlier video, we learned that players can receive experience points and gold from fighting enemy minions and neutral monsters. In order to gain experience, the player only needs to be close to a hostile unit as it dies. In order to gain gold, however, the player must strike the killing blow on a unit. The act of scoring the killing blow is commonly referred to as last hitting. Players that are better at last hitting will earn more gold throughout a game than players that fail to properly last hit. The game keeps a record of how many last hits each player earns. This number is called creep score, commonly shortened to CS. The earlier video also mentioned large neutral monsters in the jungle that offer special bonuses. The two most heavily prized neutral monsters are known as the Dragon and Baron Nashor. The team that kills the Dragon will receive a large amount of gold to be shared equally among all 5 players. The team that kills Baron Nashor will receive a large temporary boost in strength, in addition to a gold prize. Last hitting applies to these neutral monsters as well, meaning that one team can try to land the killing blow on these monsters and receive all of the benefits, even if the other team has dealt most of the damage. Thanks for tuning in to part 2 of the LoL Learners Overview tutorial. If you'd like to learn more about League of Legends, be sure to check out other LoL Learners videos. You can find links to other videos related to this one in the description below. You can also subscribe to the channel to be notified of new videos as they are released.